Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Throwing is Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Give them the completion. No gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Play action. It's Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Broncos are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Wilson to throw. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. The first carry for the Fordham Ram. Chase it and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Lance looking to throw it. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. After one, 7-3 the score on EA. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Go 14.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Lance. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. Pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing his lance on third down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Go, 14.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it. You do go through it. And in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30-yard line.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, 0-0-0.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Now it's Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by McManus is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, They just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
Ready up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Play action, now it's Lance. Rolling to his right. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Lance finding Deebo there for the Niner first.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Right, 97. Wing back.
Now Lance again. They'll roll him out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Baron Browning make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets...
And that's caught inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And Lance going to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw, it's Lance. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist, the ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Okay,
the fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Throwing now is Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Got an open man. It's McLeod. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Williams. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by McManus is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach disturbed his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The slot man in motion right. Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
McCaffrey on the counter, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Stuck for a loss by the linebacker, Josie Jewell.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And cycle.
And now they'll throw with Lance. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Up the gut, McCaffrey. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Lance now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. And they'll go for it. Lance. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll get that complete to Alberto. And some room to maneuver. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big pickup of 38. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Fred Warner in on the tackle. Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range.
Down. Go, stay. Hey, rest.
On play action, Lance out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Lance looking to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Important extra point up and through, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. And that's caught by Williams. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Wilson to throw. And this one's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Wilson. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Niners have just about sewn up this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Get ready.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Niners, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.